Okay, here we are. Okay, hello everybody in the present and in the future, according if you are connected or not. Today we have our third webinar in our first season of ESCOM webinars. ESCOM is the Eastern Shore Citizen Science Coastal Monitoring Network that was created in the year 2024. And now we are here with this first season of webinars. This is the third webinar in which we're gonna learn about Kobo Toolbox. That is a very nice application. And we have as a guest speaker one of the most relevant members of this app, but I will introduce to him later. I just want to tell you a little about what is really ESCOM. ESCOM is, as I told you, is a citizen science network that we are dedicated to coastal climate monitoring on the eastern shore of Nova Scotia. We are just, community members that we are living here on the eastern shore, but we are we like to conserve the eastern shore. This is the wildest region in Nova Scotia. We would like that it continue to be exactly the same environmental status, but not just with this idea that not touch. Not we would like to be proactive. So this is why we are here to start studying as a citizen scientist the coast. One of the questions that normally we have is how can I join this network? Okay, the first thing is that ideally you should be living on the eastern shore, but the eastern shore in Nova Scotia, we have many different borders. So in our case, we means the wider eastern shore. It means that we go from the Canso Causeway, that is close to Port Hawkesbury. You are seeing here the map, to the Eastern Passage, that is here just in front of Halifax. In front of the city of Halifax is the town of Dartmouth, and there is a place that is called the Eastern Passage, and there are the McNabb Island. This is our coverage. If you are living not far than 5-10 kilometers to the coast, you are welcome to be part of our network. What do you need? Just to find which is the closer coastal climate team. There is a map. You click here, you can go to the map and discover which are the teams that are close to you. How to join the network is quite simple. Just to contact the team coordinator. If you are living in the area, for sure you will know these people. We are not too many here, so we know each other. So if you know who is the team coordinator of one of these teams and you live nearby this area, you can contact this person and say, oh, I would like to join. Or you can just send me an email to me. At the end of the webinar, I will give you my information so you can contact me, and I will help you how to join our network. But it's just contact us, as simple as that. Once you contact us, we will give you some orientation. And the idea is that it will be great that you participate in an introductory session in which you understand how the network is operating, which are our data collection practices, which are the benefits, which are the commitment. And of course, they will be ideal that you can also go and join one of our monthly surveys that we do on the beach. So the best way to start is just go to the beach with one of our coastal teams and discover just by yourself what is happening and why this is to do science now is also to have fun. So have fun, do science together. This is why we like to do. To participate, you could choose these two options or these two together. One option is that you start participating in this beach monitoring that we do monthly. each month we go to the beach to measure the beach profile. Just now we're measuring the beach profile only because it's winter. And when spring is coming, when spring comes, and we will start to have flowers, at least plants, that they will be again on the beach, because now it's not, now it's just full of snow. But even with the snow in winter, we don't have so many plants on the beach. But in spring, we will see the beach full of plants. This is why we have our marine biologists that they are supporting us, because we go to the beach also to identify which species we have there. Just to know if we have native species, we have some invasive species, how to manage this situation, always with the same goal, to keep in the best environmental status our beaches, our coasts. So this is one way that you just go monthly, or the time that you can offer will be great, because it's also for you. Or if you are not able to go to the beach, or you say just go monthly, I want to do more, you can install a personal weather station or a rain gauge, or both of them, as most of us we have a personal weather station that is connected to the cloud. So you have better forecasting for your house and for your community. But also you can have a rain gauge that is part of a very nice project that is called Coco Rush, that is a citizen science initiative that it have been for many years, and it's just to observe 2 minutes per day the precipitation. And during winter also you can measure the snow, as I did this morning, every morning, 2 minutes per day. But it's very important information. So just choose how to participate. And which are the benefits? The benefit is, first, that you gain knowledge of coastal processes and understand the impact of environmental changes, because we are living in front of the coast. We are who enjoy the coast, but we are also who are just fronting the any kind of hazard that could have on the coast. The coast is a very beautiful place, but also could be dangerous if we don't understand the nature. We don't understand the coastal dynamics. So you will gain knowledge and how to understand what's happening in nature. Speak with the beach. I love to speak with the beach. And of course, you will have hazard awareness. So you will become more aware of coastal risk and be better prepared for potential threats such as storms, hurricanes, flooding, even wildfires. All of that are related with weather and with the coast. And if you understand better what's happening, you could be better prepared. And of course, you could be involved in the decision-making process to reduce these risks of climate-related disasters, because we want also to be connected with the different governmental agencies, with different universities, with everyone, because we have the same goal, is that we will be safe, here on the Eastern Shore. And that's all. If you're interested, join today. But for now on, I will pass the screen to our guest speaker today, that is Alexander from the Kobo organization. So Alexander, he's from Malawi, and he's now connected from there, and he's one of the trainers that they have in Kobo, that, as I told you, is one of my favorite applications. So Alexander, welcome. Alexander, are you there? Well, it looks like we are having connection problems with Malawi now. Okay, this is great always to have a plan B. So let's start with the plan B. Or are you there, Alexander? Now there are you. Okay, now I can see you. So you want to share your screen and start, and we hope that connection will continue to be good.
Camilo, is it my turn now?
Yeah, but now I can see you, but not your screen.
Oh yes, okay, wonderful. Thank you so much.
Yeah, but no, we are sorry, Alexander, we are not seeing your screen.
Oh, yes, I had not, I had paused sharing the screen. Let me share just now.
Share again, please.
Yeah, sure.
If you have any question, you that are connected, you can write your questions in the chat. So if at the end of the talk, we can just read the questions. Even you can just raise your hand at the end and ask your question. But sometimes when we are in these webinars, we don't want to miss this idea, so you just can write in on the chat and we can read at the end.
All right. Just give me like 5 seconds.
Okay.
All right. Apologies for that. All right. So let me share my screen now. Okay, so I hope you can see my screen now.
Yeah, now we are seeing the Skype window.
Yeah.
Okay,
right.
Great.
Okay.
We can see you,
Yeah.
we can hear you. So welcome again, and we are all ears to you.
All right, thank you so much. First of all, I'd like to apologize for the technical issues that I was having, but it's really wonderful to be here. And I'm definitely looking forward to sharing all about Kobo Toolbox and mostly want to see how Kobo Toolbox can be of use to you as citizen scientists. I do understand, Camilo, you have said you also have your students here, and yeah, so you can use Kobo Toolbox as well. Start this maybe for data collection, for any kind of data collection. So I am going to go to my PowerPoint here. All right, so I'll just start with a bit of an introduction of what Kobo Toolbox is and basically what it does. And then I will try as much as possible to show you like the actual platform itself and show you how we create forms, how we collect data. But at Kobo, basically our mission is to empower individuals and organizations to generate insights and to make informed decisions that drive positive change around the world. So we do that by providing software tools for collecting and analyzing data, and our software tools are easy to use. They're also they were so developed from ground up to fit into the needs of people who want to collect data in areas that might have problems with, for example, internet connection and things like that. So right now, this is just some of our statistics. We've since we started, over 20 million surveys have been collected per month, and Kobo Toolbox is being used in over 200 countries. And we also do have lots of organizations that use our platform, and there's over 14,000 organizations around the world, including big organizations like UNICEF, like probably all the UN organizations. They're actually using Kobo Toolbox as well. And so here at Kobo, we are helping people to generate insights and make informed decisions. Like I've said, by providing them with accessible and cost-effective software. In fact, our platform is like, you can start using our platform for free. And the platform was tailored for social impact projects in challenging contexts. There are a number of features that I will highlight that were developed from ground up to ensure that professionals that are collecting data in challenging contexts can be able to do that. And the platform is user-friendly, it's customizable, it's secure, and it's scalable as well. So you can collect data for a very small project. So for example, you can just have a data collection form with 2-3 questions, that's fine. but you can also have a form with thousands of questions, and maybe you're collecting data from thousands or millions of submissions. Kobo Toolbox supports that as well. So we've actually seen that some countries have been using Kobo Toolbox to even collect census data. And the software is used and supported by major organizations like I've mentioned. I think I'll show you on our website some of the organizations that are using our software. And yeah, so basically we're allowing the empowerment of local voices. Actually, talking about some of those organizations that are using Kobo Toolbox, you can see from the slide, like the International Organization for Migration, UNICEF, World Food Program, CARE, Save the Children, IFRC, of course, USAID, Medicines Sans Frontières, and so on and so forth. These are just some of the organizations that are using Kobo Toolbox, but there are many others, large and even very small organizations, local organizations as well. So as an overview of what the platform does, so first thing is when you go to Kobo Toolbox, once you create your account, the first thing you do is you develop a form. So it allows you to develop a form and manage, either one survey or multiple surveys. So you have a dashboard that shows you all of the projects that you have. I'll show you my account, and I'll show you, how you can actually create a form in a very simple way, and how you can actually start collecting data. I'll give you a demo of that. But we're just going to go through quickly to look at the features that our platform supports. And we have an intuitive form builder. So our form builder is able to, you're able to create forms using, the graphical user interface. And it's a very simple way to create forms. Again, I'm going to demonstrate to you in just a moment. And there are multiple ways in which you can collect data. So you can collect data using web forms, which can load on any device. So whatever device, as long as it has a browser, then it can be used to collect data. So we have web forms, but we also have an Android application called Kobo Collect, which you can install on your Android phone, even lower powered Android devices, and then you can collect data through that. And it also allows you to even develop your forms in multiple languages, and you can switch between languages as well. And now this could be something that's could be something interesting for you, would be that you can share, you can develop questions that are maybe commonly used in your organization, or and then you can share those questions in what we call the library. So we have a library section where you can add different questions, blocks of questions, templates of forms, and then you can share those questions or templates to different people, and that helps to standardize your data collection. And once you collect data, we have a table view where you see all of the data from collected from different people. So for example, if you develop a form and then you have a number of people who are collecting data, then all of that data is displayed in a single table, and that table actually allows you to even manage your data, including editing the data, previewing, and approving and not approving, filtering, and so on and so forth. And we also have reports, so you can generate automated reports of your data as it is coming in, which kind of allows you to see your data in real time. So as people, or as your enumerators or people are collecting data in the field, you can see that data summarized into graphs and tables, as you can see on the screen, and that is done in real time as the data is being collected. And we also do have a map feature. So when you're developing your form, you can actually include GPS as well. So we have a map feature that shows all the points that you have collected on the map, like what you can see on my screen, which I think is something that is could be something interesting for in your case. And as you can see in the example that is being shown here on the screen, you can also capture images using Kobo Toolbox, and combined with the map, you can actually see or open a specific submission, see the map on where it is, and then even look at the other information that was collected along with that submission, like the questions that were answered, and even the images that were collected on those points or those submissions. We also have transcription and translation features. So if you've collected, for example, let's say you've collected media type questions like videos or audios, you can transcribe those questions, and you can even analyze your transcriptions as well. And you can translate those transcriptions into multiple or different languages. And like I've said, we also do have qualitative data analysis features if you're collecting that kind of information. And these qualitative data analysis features allows you to, if you have captured information that is maybe in audio or in video, then you can you can transcribe the information and then analyze that information using, for example, thematic analysis if you're into qualitative analysis or something like that. So that's an overview of the features. One other feature that I did not mention, especially when I was talking about different ways to collect data, is that our web forms and our mobile data collection actually can work offline. So you don't have to be online every time you're collecting data. The only time you need internet is when you're downloading the form from the server, and then you put it on your mobile device. Once the form is on your mobile device, you can be offline, and you can continue collecting your data from over the place until when you get to a place where you have internet connection, then you can upload your data to the server, and then it'll be aggregated with the data coming from maybe different other devices as well. But this is not just in Kobo Collect. This also happens even if you're collecting data using the web form. There's a way to save your data as you're collecting it in your web browser, and then you can upload it when you have an internet connection. And this feature is one of the features that have made Kobo Toolbox to be really popular in humanitarian work, because Kobo Toolbox is being used all over the world. And specifically, since I come from Africa, I'm actually from Malawi. Kobo Toolbox is, I would say, the top data collection tool that is being used in so many organizations here, and they're using it. One of the reasons they're using it is because of this reason of being able to collect data even while you're offline in the field where you don't have any internet connection. So that's an overview. In terms of the process of data collection itself, it's actually very simple. And I'm going to give you a bit of a demo here to show you how that works. And I'm hoping that you can use this demo as a way to learn and actually get started with using Kobo Toolbox to collect data. It could be data for your the citizen science project that you're doing, Camilo, or it could even be for students. It even could be any research that you intend to have. So up to this point, I would like to ask if we have any questions before I can switch to the part of demonstrating to you the platform.
Yeah, I don't know if any of you, there are no questions in the chat, not yet, but I can see that there are two people writing a question in the chat. But also, just to be familiarized with Skype, remember that you can raise your hand just in the lower part of the screen. There is a place in where you can raise your hand. So if you raise your hand, I can give you the microphone to ask your question. But it looks like we don't have questions yet. So if you want to continue, Alexander?
Sure. Of course, I can see that two people writing, but yeah, sure, we could still continue. Now, that being said, so in most cases, you would, for example, let's say that you would like to start collecting this data. Let's say the monitoring data. I think you, Camilo, you talked about monitoring beaches. So let's say you want to collect that kind of information. What happens is, in most cases would be, for example, one person developing the form. And once the form has been developed, and then you can now put the form in the devices of your people who will be collecting data in the field. And the process of collecting data itself is very straightforward and very simple. The app is very user-friendly and super easy to use. So anyway, while we're still waiting, okay, let's.
Yeah, now I have more than a question, a comment, but I would like to know also your opinion about that. Is one of the things that why I'm a big fan of Kobo is these offline capacities, because here on the eastern shore of Nova Scotia, the internet connection, the cell phone connection, is very, very few. I just seen there, for example, there is Leon that is connected. That's one of our citizen scientists. And I think Leon and I one of the most common conversation is about no cell phone connection here. So it's quite difficult to do everything, to use any kind of form like Google form. So one of the things that I think is amazing about Kobo is that you can collect the information in many different places, even with no connection. And later, all the information when it's connected to Wi-Fi will be in a central database. That is this dashboard in the Kobo Toolbox. So this in general comment, but Alexandra, I would like to know if which are the experience that that normally you have or the project that you have with these offline functionalities. There is something that you've found in all these years of experience that was improved related with this connection, with offline issues?
So yeah, so since the Kobo Toolbox started, like I've said, this offline data collection has been maybe I would say the top feature that got a lot of organizations in humanitarian environments to start using Kobo Toolbox. And from my memory, the way it has been working is pretty much the same, because what you do is once you've developed your form, then you configure your mobile device to download that form. And then, so that's the only point when you need a connection. Once the form has been downloaded into the phone, then you can go about collecting data. Okay, whether you're offline or online, it doesn't matter. You go about collecting your data. And once you've finished collecting data, then you just select the submissions that you have collected, and then you send to the server. It's been working like that ever since, and it still works the exact same way up to now. And yeah, it's a tried and tested method, and it's great. It works great, and that's how we keep on doing it. But like I've said, if there's certain cases when you like to use maybe the web browser to collect data, so that also allows for offline data collection as well.
Perfect. Thank you, Alexander. I think we have these two questions. I think maybe we can answer, and also Caitlin, she has her right hand, so maybe we can answer these two connections, and later we have Caitlin and now Trish also. So I think we have these 4 questions, and we continue with the other part of the webinar.
All right. Yes, let's get the questions. I can see there's a question here. After data collection, what exactly different types of data is being analyzed to the user. So what Kobo Toolbox does is that it's going to just summarize with simple statistics, very simple. Like, for example, if you have different districts, it will just show you, okay, number by district, just very simple frequencies and things like that. And then it shows you graphs. And then for, if you collected GPS, which I think would be very interesting for your project, you can see that from the map. So you can see different points on the map. So the analysis is very simple and it's not very customizable as of yet. It just automatically generates the report. If you have another tool, I see you talked about Transect. I don't know Transect, but I would think maybe that's a data analysis tool. Then you can, the good thing is you can connect Kobo Toolbox with other platforms. So there is that possibility of pulling the data from Kobo Toolbox into another platform for data analysis there. So for example, we mostly use Power BI for, for analysis, and you're able to connect your project with Power BI. The process might be a bit advanced, but it's something for someone who is tech savvy, they could be able to do that. Or you can also download the data. I think I did not say that, but once you have collected your data, you're able to download all of it, including if you have collected images, you can download all the images, you can download the data in, for example, Microsoft Excel format, and then you can upload it to another platform for your analysis. There's another question, is the upcoming demonstration focused on the client side, meaning how citizen scientists will interact with the app? Okay, so yeah, that's an interesting question. I don't know how much time we have left, but we of course we have two parts. So there's the first part is where you are developing the form. It's very simple, and the other part is where you are interfacing with like you're collecting the data, which is not the part of the citizen scientist to collect data in the field. I think you can let me know which side you would like me to focus on most in this workshop. But if we have enough time, I could still just quickly go through. But I hope that I'm not going to confuse people when I'm talking about the form development side.
Yeah, no, I think these two questions are for our computer science students, so they are really focusing on the tech part. But I think it's nice to have these questions, and I think for now on it's nice the answers that you have. And don't worry about the time. We have time for this conversation, because this is exactly the idea, that we can learn from you. We can solve these questions. So I propose that we're gonna have the question from Kaitlyn and from Trish. We will continue with the second part of your presentation, and we can go back to these answers, to these questions, and go in depth as in depth as we need it, because this is a great opportunity to have you here. So it will be nice, to share with you all this knowledge. So I will give the word to Kaitlyn, and later Trish. We cannot hear you. Not your microphone is open, but we cannot hear you. Maybe the headphones could be something that. Yeah, no, that maybe it's because. Yeah, we cannot hear you. Okay, I think we can go with Trish, and if Kaitlyn solve the.
Thank you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you perfectly.
This is so exciting. I'm going to look at, for one example, I'm interested in looking at the invasion of land plants onto the shore. And as Tony Charles said, there is nothing in the record about that, especially in Nova Scotia, but I don't think it's anywhere. So I'm wondering just how easy it is to do your random sampling quadrats, maybe 1 meter by meter or less than that, and plot the data. And I can understand that the GPS will help with that. And how easy is it to, say, maybe focus in on differentiating between land plants and natural seashore plant species, and maybe even getting examples? Because, I mean, years ago when I did this, we took plant examples and pressed them and put together a herbarium. But I think that we're doing take nothing but photographs, leave nothing but footprints. So how easy would it be to link photographs with maybe an enlargement of what seems to be a dominant species to the regular quadrat sampling that you might get on a beach? And even on a small beach, for sampling, you still might want to include quite a number of quadrats across the length, the width and the depth of the beach. That's my question, though. Is there any response?
Okay, thank you so much, Trish. Okay, so I'm not so sure if that is my question, Camilla. Part of it, I think it's mine in terms of how that data can be
about the app. Yes, you're going to answer about the app, and maybe I can compliment you about the project itself.
Yes. So yes, in terms of the data collection part, as I mentioned earlier on, Trish, is that you are able to capture all of that information, like the GPS. You can so you can capture the GPS even up to like 5 meters or even 3 meters accuracy, which I think would help with whatever kind of analysis you'd like to do after that. And the form can be designed in a way that at the end of the day, you're able to, I think, capture the information that you've talked about. I'm not a scientist, so I'll leave that part to Camilo to talk about the science stuff.
Yeah, I think that your answer is perfect, because this is exactly what is happening, Trish, is that the Kobo app, with the collect is the mobile application, and the Kobo Toolbox is the dashboard. It allows to us to mix many different kind of data. Could be the images, could be as you mentioned, could be the videos, and could be any kind of data that is important for our computer science students. That in this Kobo Collect we can have numbers, text, alphanumeric. We can have the GPS, these coordinates, many kind of different information. Once we create the form, and maybe this is something that you can explain a little, Alexander, about how to create a form and what is the process. But it's just to create a Google form, just to create a form, but a lot more powerful. So we decide which kind of data we want to collect. Once we collect the data, and we have all this data in the Kobo Toolbox, and this is the central repository of data, we download this data and we start to do the analysis depending in our research question. I'm really happy to have here our computer science student and also our marine biology students. So I will give an example in our project that involve all of us. Mind that we are collecting the beach flora. Yeah, so we take the picture, we make some description. I didn't know about the transcription part, what is great, because maybe we can just record an audio, just describing what's happening, in the area. This is the part that the citizen scientists do just on the beach. This data will go, when you are with Wi-Fi, this go automatically to the server. So now we have this data in our dashboard. And this is the part in which enter the computer science students. The Genio team, her team is working now how to download with an API that is some kind of way that we can download automatically the data, and we'll go to a central server in which we will have this data organized. So in this part, Caitlin and Sarah and Christine, they enter it. Now I'm thinking that they can work directly with you, because you have a lot of information and knowledge about beach ecology. and you have the research question. For example, which is the distribution of some specific species that you are interested? You know, we can now answer this research question because now we have the data. But we have the data because just to see faces, you and Robin and Leon and Brian and me, because I'm also part of the citizen scientist, I'm also a citizen scientist. All of us, we were collecting our data during the whole spring, summer, and fall. So now you as a team, as a marine biology team, now you have this data to analyze. And you will answer this question, the research question, and you will obtain some results. And this is where our computer and science team entry, the Drobly that is connected, he did the first question. Now he will, his team, not just him, his team is working to have very nice visualization. So imagine that we have a map with the eastern shore, and everyone on the world, they can entry to our website, a wiki. There's another team with Abdullah team, and we can click on any beach and we can discover this species, and we say, okay, now I want to know where are these species in all the beaches. So it will show us in a map with just these beaches that have this species. Or no, my question is that now I want to know which is the beach with a highest distribution of this species. This is but everything starts with collecting the data on the field. And this is the step in which we are using Kobo, and we want to continue using Kobo. Oh, Kaitlyn, maybe we can test.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, now, perfect. So we'll have
gosh.
your question, and later
Yes.
continue with Alexander.
Yeah, thank you so much. Sorry for the technical difficulties. I can't enter in the chat and it wouldn't let me unmute. I don't know, Skype is not happy with me. But my question for you was specifically about the location and the GPS. I was wondering, is it possible to have multiple data point entries per form, or is it like once you submit the form, it's only one entry?
Yeah, that's a very good question. So you can have multiple points in a single form, but of course you have to think about the structure of your data, like the way you want to analyze it. You can, in fact, you can even have what you call a repeating group, whereby let's say you say, okay, this is my data collection for this specific area. And then you can have a repeating group where now you're collecting information from multiple points, but within the same form. Now, I'm not going to demonstrate that because of time, but that is possible. So I will just give you the link to our support website, where you can also go to, have a look at how that is done. And maybe considering this is just me trying to introduce the platform, maybe we could, I don't know, we could have another session with just the technical people like you, Kellen, and then we can talk about the rest. Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
All right, wonderful. Okay, so I'm going to do a very quick demo of the platform, and it's going to be very quick indeed, but you will see that in just a short period of time, you're able to build a form and collect data and have access to that data. So I think I had stopped sharing my screen, so I'm going to share again. Entire screen. All right. So this is Kobo Toolbox. This is my account. You can go to kobotoolbox.org. Camilo, maybe you can help me by dropping the link there. Now, this part of the demonstration is for people who would be creating the forms. So in this case, that would be Kaylin or Camilo and the students. For citizen scientists who get to the part of you now just collecting data. So in terms of once you've created your account and you've logged in, this is the page you're going to see. This is projects. You can create a project by clicking new and build from scratch. And then, for example, here, I'm just gonna call this beach monitoring, like that. And you define you select the sector and the country. Now I've just made some random choices here. Then you create the project like that. So this is what we call our form builder. this is where now you create your forms, and it's super easy. As you can see, to add a question, you simply click on the plus button, this plus button here, and then you can, start entering your questions. So for example, I can start with the GPS question. I'll say, okay, let's collect the GPS. I'll click on add question. And when you do that, you have a list of all the different kinds of questions you can have. There are lots of them here. You can see these are different types of questions, like list of items that where users can pick one, or select many, which is list of items where you can pick multiple items, text, number, and for GPS, that would be this question type here. It's called point. That allows you to capture a single point. So I'll just click point, and then let's say, okay, we also want to capture a photo. Let's just call this photo. And then we also have a question type that allows you to capture photos, which is this one. It just says photo. I'll add that. And maybe you want a description. You want the citizen scientist to just describe what they can see, or you can say here, describe what's here. And then you want them to record audio, you can do that. So you can select audio question type, click that. Let's just add one more question that is text, just, for simplicity. What should be this one? Let's just call this district or area. Let's call it area. And for simplicity, so I'm just going to choose select one. And this will be area A, and the other one just be area B. Let's say you have 3 areas. You can have area C. You can see in just a few seconds there, I'm done. I have finished creating my form. So I save it, and then I close it from here, like so. And then once done, you have to deploy your form. So for you to be able to collect data, you have to deploy your form. So you click on this deploy button. And once you do that, then this form is ready for data collection. So in just a few moments, like as you've seen, I have developed my form. I can preview to see how the form looks like by clicking on this eye or preview button. Click on that. And I'll just wait for a moment here. Now, Kobo Toolbox has lots of other functionalities like skip logic, validations, and lots of other things. So this is just, some basic things I'm showing you here. So these are all our 4 questions here. Now, because I'm on browser, I can only be able to attach my photo or attach my audio like that. But once this is done, then the next part is going to be about now collecting your data using the mobile device. But there is a process to configure. There's a process to configure mobile devices. Because of time, again, I'm not going to show that. But you can read more information, for example, about that one on our support website. This is a link to look at how you can collect data. But in general, we do have a really excellent documentation that you can look at, and the website is support.kobotoolbox.org. So I have already configured my mobile device to connect to my account. The process for doing that is on the link that I've sent in the chat. So I'm just going to head over to my phone and show you now how you're able to capture information. Now, this is the part for the citizen scientist now.
So we cannot see your camera. You're not sharing the screen, isn't it?
No, not yet. I want to. So you allow me to kind of like head out and then rejoin from a different machine, so I can show my phone. Yeah.
Perfect.
So
now we can see your camera, because we didn't see your camera, but now we can see you.
Okay. I see. So I'm going to have to head over to a different machine just so that I can show you that part. So I'll disconnect for a moment.
Yep. Once Alexander is connected, I would like to show you how we are using Kobo Collect in our citizen science network, because it's not that we want to use, we are not speaking about a tool that we are not using. We are speaking of a tool about that we are already using. And you can see here, we have now the beach profile we are using to measure the beach profile. But we expect to start using this year for waves and for currents, and also from granulometry, that is the size of the sand. But for now on, we have here the beach profile data. And as you can see here, we have here, as was Alexander showed to us, we have here the different surveys, different forms that were, the last one was sent the 12th of February by Stuart. Just, and here we have all, this is the central dashboard that we have. So here we have all the information of the data. We can also here see this specific form, that was, for example, here is the form that was sent by Stuart, the Moosehead Beach. I really like this beach. And here is, we can see here all the, look, we can see, for example, this is the snow on the beach. This was in February. So this is the use that we are doing just now to the Kobo Collect. So I think now we have again here Alexander. So I will give space to you, but I just wanted to show you, to all of you, that we are already using this the app for collecting our data.
Wonderful. Now that's great then. That's great. Then I think the part I'm about to show you may not be very interesting in this case, but let me just continue to show either way. So once you have, let me actually share my screen now.
Yeah, because we cannot see you now.
Yes, the machine I'm on is now a desktop, so I don't have camera here. Apologies. I'll head back to that one in just a moment. But let me share this. So I hope you can see my phone.
Yeah.
Yes. So now on the part of the citizen scientist, once you have, so this is the phone. Once you have, the form has been deployed and it has been put on the mobile devices, then the process of entering data is simple. This is an Android phone. So I'll go to Kobo Collect. And now this is the part where you need an internet connection. You just need to download the form. So I'll go ahead and do that. I hope I am in the correct account. Yes, click on Start New Form. And I'll download the form that I just deployed. And praying here that I don't have any technical issues again. Let's see. It's taking a while. Okay, I think we have it. So beach monitoring, it's right here. So once I select that, you can see that's how it looks like the form that I just developed in like just a minute. This is it. Then now entering data is super easy. You just select, click next. Now here it's asking me to get the GPS point. So I would tap, and then right now, because I'm inside of the house, the accuracy is going to be really bad, as you can see there. But when you get outside, it can go even up to 3 meters accuracy. It's really good. So that's my GPS. I know I just shared my actual location of where I am. This is my house. But this is good. The accuracy is 3 meters, 3.7 meters. But I'm inside the house where it's difficult to get to the satellites. But I can go next, and then I can take a picture. Let's just take a picture. There you go. So that's it. I can, that's my picture. I click OK. I go next. Remember, the other one was where you can record what you're seeing. I'll say what I'm seeing. Okay, I have a monitor in front of me right now. And so this is an audio that's being recorded at the moment as I'm speaking. So instead of typing, you could just do this and just record some audio like this. And once you're done, I can stop this and click next. And once you're done with this form, you can finalize it. Now, this whole process of entering data can be done offline, like I've mentioned. So you don't need internet connection to do this. Even to capture your GPS points, all of that is done while you're offline. So you can go about collecting all of the data. So I can even start another new form, select the same form and collect data. And once you're done, then you're going to, you go to ready to send. And then you choose the form that you just did. And then you click on send selected. And when you do this, now Kobo is uploading the data to the server. And yeah, it says here, successful submission, and that's okay. I'll click on okay, and that's it. So in terms of the data, the part of data collection, as we've seen, it's super straightforward. It's just a matter of selecting things, capturing things if you have images, capturing your GPS points, and so on and so forth. And yeah, now all of the data can be accessed in the platform. So again, I'm going to head over back to my laptop because I was using my desktop here because of the phone. So I could be able to access the phone. Then I'm going to switch back. But while I'm switching back, we can be adding some questions in the chat as well. Yeah. So I'm going to just head off a bit. In a few moments, I'll rejoin through my laptop. Thanks so much.
Good. Meanwhile, Alexander reconnect from the other device. Remember that you can write your questions there in the chat, or just be prepared to raise your hand. It will be great to have all your questions, and I think we will have enough time to go deeper with this this computer science question, because this is very important for us. That we want to reduce the use of apps. The idea is that we can use just one app, that will be Telegram, but Telegram will be connected with this Kobo Collect app. So the idea is that in the future we can be using just one app all together, but connected with the different apps. So this is something that one of our computer science teams are working. So now we are here, Alexander, again. So remember, write your questions there on the chat, or be prepared to raise your hand.
Yeah, so that's basically my demonstration. I know that I've left out a number of things just because of the interest of time, but I am, I'll be happy to get, any questions, or if we need some more opportunities to even learn more, then we can discuss that as well.
I think we can start, Alexander, to the previous question that we didn't answer in detail. I know that Gabriel, that make the first question about the visualization, he did also another question about the graphs.
Oh yes, yes, that's thank you so much for reminding me about that one. So can you remind me the question about the visualizations again?
They say that, can you specify what exactly are the most important graphs as Kobo is already released and it's being used according to the feedback?
Okay, so let me try to, show an example here. I'm just going to trying to access one of my accounts. Okay, so I can show you the kind of data that or rather kind of reports that you're going to see. So let me share my screen in a few moments. All right, so I hope you can now see my screen.
Yep, we can see it.
Yeah, so this is just a sample project that I just created. I created some time ago. And now, once you've collected your data, like I had shown, then you go to the data tab like this, and you will see that all the data, you'll be able to find it in a table like this. But also you can switch to the report section. Now in the report section, you just have things like this. You just have like, if you have questions that are select one or select multiple, things like that, or text, then you're going to have tables and frequencies, percentages. If you have maybe questions like this one, number of functional water points, then you would get things like means, median, standard deviations. So as you can see, it's just very basic kind of basic customizations, like maybe changing. So instead of a bar chart, you have a pie chart instead. But if you need to do some further analysis, then what you do is you go to downloads and you actually export the file. So all of the data that you have, and then you download it. And it's going to download as a Microsoft Excel file, and you can have access to it in Microsoft Excel. You can import it into other applications for analysis as well. So looks like my Microsoft Excel is acting up. It's not opening up, but that's what I wanted to show. So if you need, some more analysis, then you would do it in Microsoft Excel or some other program.
Yeah, and now that you show the Excel, the Microsoft Excel, Alexander, I have a question directed to that, and it's about the API. How does it work? It downloads just the project, or the API is working for the whole user? How does it work with the API?
So the API, the API, we have what we call the synchronous exports API. And what it allows you to do is to connect Kobo Toolbox directly to some other data analysis program, for example, Microsoft Excel or Power BI. And the advantage of it is, let's say you're going to be collecting data on a daily basis or a weekly basis for several years. For example, I would think in this case, you have one form and you'll be using the same form. Now, having to download the data, analyze it, and the next month download it again, analyze it, and the next month, it's very repetitive and I think not helpful. So what the API does is you can connect directly. Okay, you can connect Kobo Toolbox directly with Excel, and so or Power BI or other platforms like Google Sheets as well supports that, so that as data is being entered and sent to the server, it's also automatically sent to your reports in Power BI or Excel. Or you can click on refresh button in Excel or Power BI, and the data will just be pulled and added to your reports. So you don't have to download and re-download. And that's what the synchronous API does. And let me see here. I can also point you to the to where you can read more information about how the API works here. I'm just looking at the support. Okay, the support website. I'll just put it in here. So we have several articles that talk about that, and one of them is the one I just sent, where you can learn more about that.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, because also we have a question from Gavin that he's asking about the API support real time. If does the API support real time updates?
Yes, so it does. If you use something like Power BI, for example, I don't know how many of us have ever used Power BI.
Yeah, no, we're gonna use we want to organize all the data in a MongoDB database. I don't know if you are familiar with this platform, but the data, we have all the data there.
Okay. I would think so. I'm not a developer programmer, but I kind of do know a bit of MongoDB. But if there is a way to, now this is technical speak, I think you should be able to create a worker or something that automatically pushes and refreshes automatically from Kobo Toolbox, then that should definitely work. In Power BI, if you publish your dashboard on the Power BI service, there's a place where you can define when you want Power BI service to pull data from Kobo Toolbox automatically. So you literally put like time points, and it does that for you automatically, and you don't have to refresh, or the data just comes in based on the schedule that you have set. I would think here that the programmers or especially the students would be able to do something like that with MongoDB as well.
Yeah, great. No, yeah, I think that just the last question, just because it's connected with that, also gave in and Jinty and are interested in that. And later I will love to have any comments, if no question, at least comments, and that you, I think I'm speaking mainly to our citizen scientists, to Leon, to Robin, to Trish, to Brian, if you can imagine how to use Kobo, more than the beach profile. But meanwhile, I will give time to them just to think about comments and questions. But they say the June team with Jintian say that they test the API, and they say if we want to automate it, how often do you recommend we fetch data in our code?
Yes, so we of course have kind of a delay. I think it's about 15 minutes delay, of course, because we don't want to overload our servers with everyone just trying to hit the servers every single minute. So there's that kind of delay where if you fetch and then you fetch again, you just get the same data. But after 15 minutes, you get a different set of data. There are still other kind of limits, especially if your project is going to be too big, you might have some timeouts, which if you're going to have a very huge project with thousands and millions of records, then it's recommended that maybe you speak with us so we can maybe deploy a custom server for you. But for our public servers, something like maybe every hour is fine or every day, depending on how much data you're really going to receive. It depends on the project that you're working on. For this citizen science stuff, I don't think you would need to pull data for more than twice a day. I don't know, but if that's the case, then that would totally be fine.
Yeah, no, I totally agree that I think once a day it will be more than about that enough. We are not managing of this amount of data, and the idea at the end is to download to our own server so we can liberate space also in your service in Kobo. So great, thank you, Alexander. So I don't know if we have any comment or any question from our citizen scientists. Trish, Robin, Leon, that I can see your cameras here. We still. Oh, Brian, now I can see Brian there also again. Great. Yeah, so I think for now on, it looks like we are, with enough information. Surely we will have some doubts in the future. So yes. I would like to thank again and again, Alexander, to stay here with us. It's very exciting to have you here. That, as I told at the beginning of our webinar, a big fan of Kobo, more than 15 years working with Kobo, and now finally I can speak with somebody that's from Kobo directly. So I'm really happy that we are here. And now that also Alexander, that here we are many citizen scientists that we are using the app, and also some students that they will be also working, with this tech part of the app. Maybe in the future, we can have some kind of boot camp with the students. Maybe we can do something interesting, very nice, to increase the use of Kobo, also with open source programs, because this is also our philosophy, to use open source and the worldwide applications. This is the idea. I like to say that an open access researcher. So this is exactly our philosophy. So thank you, Alexander, for staying here. Thank you, everyone, the citizen scientists, the students, to stay here. I'm very happy, and remember that we will have this recording in our Rumble channel. So I hope that for tomorrow we will have this that you can share, and please invite others to join our network if you are living on the Eastern Shore, because as many people we are more helpful for our neighbors. So thank you, Alexander.
Thank you so much. It was really nice to be here. And I'm very glad. Thanks so much for inviting me.
Okay. Thank you.